They have come and tried to shut me down one time, but they couldn't.
Why'd they try to shut you down?
They said I couldn't be doing. So we have our pet food producer license, and they came and they saw Virginia. Somebody in Virginia was turning me in, and the Virginia department complained to the West Virginia department, and West Virginia sent somebody out. And they're like, you can't do any of this. It's like, I have approval letters from the state. Like, you're gonna have to have more than that. She was like, oh, she's like, I want to see him. So I showed him to her, and she's like, oh, they weren't supposed to approve this. I was like, well, they did. She was like, she'll be in contact after she gets back to her office. I said, okay. Well, I was nervous, like, because I knew that could have put me under. So we're part of the Farm to Table Legal Defense Fund. So I called one of the lawyers right away, Pete Kennedy. He's like, nah, he's like, she doesn't have anything to stand on. He's like, if she comes back, you know, maybe, but he's like, everything's legal. He's like, you're fine. And I never heard back from her since.
See, that's what's crazy too, and why I'm doing all this is one complaint from somebody to now she was at your front door, and then again, going back to like the time, farmers only have so much time. So that takes more time out of your day to do all that. And then like you're saying, that trying to work with the thought of it could close.
Yeah,
it can change at the flip of a switch. I mean, talking on like Amos Miller and just, I mean, being in Pennsylvania with all the dairies and that's
one benefit we do have. So our marketer, Marie, went through a bunch of that stuff with Miller's. So she knew all the stuff. And we contacted the Virginia Ag Department. We had kind of been in the process to get our pet food license in Virginia anyway. So we just expedited that. We've been approved in Virginia now, so we had to change, I forget what we had to change, 2 or 3 wording things and add one protein number or something on the label, and then they approved us. So that was unhandy, you know, I had to reprint a bunch of labels and stuff, but it's just politics.
Yeah.
I mean, you put this word on or that word on, and like right now we're gonna start co-packing cheese with Alpine Creamery out of Lancaster. West Virginia approved my labels. I sent them off to the PA Ag Department to get approved. And I have to change, so you can't say antibiotic free on cheese labels. Because that implies, even if you are, because that implies that other milk has antibiotics in it. Which technically all milk is tested antibiotics. So it's unhandy because those cows get treated with antibiotics, but the milk gets tested to where it doesn't, like it has to be below a threshold before they can use it. And you can't say grass-fed, 100% grass-fed on your cheese labels unless you have a signed paper saying that you're 100% grass-fed. So I was like stressing out. This is all this week. I was like, what are we gonna do? Like I found out on Monday. I was like, what certification do we have to get? Whatever. And Maria's like, it's nothing. She was like, it is the biggest scam there ever was. All she had to do was sign, like, write up it's literally probably 5-6 sentences that were 100% grass-fed. I have to sign it, send it into the Ag Department, and they'll approve it. So then I can have 100% grass-fed on. There is no inspection. There's nobody checking up on this stuff. So who knows how many other people are saying they're 100% grass-fed and nobody's checking. And so it's very frustrating. And I'm not one for a bunch of certifications. Like, we're not organic certified. We're not GAP certified. We're not we were certified regenerative at one point. But it got so expensive we just quit renewing it. We'd rather, like, we have an open door policy. People can come look, you know. To us, that's more important than the organic is such a scheme. I mean,
yeah, you can co-opt the word. I mean, the words are co-opted.
Yeah.
I mean, regenerative kind of is co-opted in a lot of ways too, and so that's why transparency is key for all of this, and open door policy. Because the farm I worked on, again, they were technically regenerative and organic, but not certified, and so you could come and see the operation. We never used chemicals, any of that.
Yeah, we had. I don't know if I'm sure you've seen that Bill Gates just got his appeal thing organic approved. It's so frustrating.
Well, the whole labeling aspect is very frustrating because whenever we try to get transparency, the words are still wordsmithed, so it's hard for the consumer. And that's why, again, I always say you have to go to the source and know where it comes from.
Yeah.
That's where we're at in society, to where that's the really only truly way to verify everything.